my cranky pants rant. Only I'm not going to be ranting so much. I have to remember I was really too quiet last time. I'm not really ranting as much as I'm going to be bragging, because I'm going to be talking about myself, because people who vlog, I think, are just, we like to talk about ourselves. I have, as I've mentioned in the last one, my husband runs Infernal Dreams, a horror media website. We've added something new, a new feature. It's called The Grind. It is reviews and news of Grindhouse, old Grindhouse and new Grindhouse. I'm going to be running it. I'm going to be doing the reviews and I'm going to be doing the articles. I've considered maybe doing like a portrait of myself, you know, kind of grindhoused out, you know, kind of all with my jungies up and messed up makeup, you know, 1970s, I've just gotten a shit kicked out of me kind of thing, but I don't think so. Dave, my husband, has he's pimped it out pretty nice. It's pretty sweet. So we're just gonna leave that as it is. But yeah, I've already got a bunch of reviews up there from past reviews. I got reintroduced to Grindhouse through watching Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino's Grindhouse double feature, Planet Terror and Death Proof. I was never a Tarantino fan. I barely liked From Dusk Till Dawn, but Death Proof, I don't know why, it just spoke to me. And it didn't just speak to me, it hollered at me. It reminded me of the old nasty kung fu exploitation movies my stepfather made us watch on Sunday afternoons. We'd come back from church and we just had our brunch, you know, because we'd go and we have the Catholics like to go and do brunch, big brunch buffets after church, because you don't eat before the Eucharist, or I guess that's what we did. And then we'd come home and we'd watch, I guess, what would be considered Grindhouse, Born Losers, Billy Jack, The Challenging. The Challenging kind of gets right under the wire of Grindhouse. Bunch of biker movies that I just don't know the titles of. Some kung fu movies that I'm just rediscovering now. The One-Armed Boxer, Master of the Flying Guillotine. I guess you pronounce it guillotine down here. It's my Canadianism. And watching Death Proof opened the door for that for me, reintroducing me to all of that stuff, because I just, it's like me, it's cheap and dirty. It's just cheap and dirty and low, and that just appeals to me like I don't know why. But what else Death Proof did was it opened me up to Quentin Tarantino movies. Like I said, I'd never cared for any of his. I tried watching Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, and like I said, Dusk Till Dawn, and the only saving grace I thought in Dusk Till Dawn was the vampires. I think I just wasn't ready for it. I just needed that gateway movie, and for me to just, for his style to just click for me. For me to get what he was doing. I'm really sorry it took so long, Mr. Quentin Tarantino. I'm very sorry. You can't see I'm wearing flip-flops for you, but I'm sorry it took me so long to get your style and what you were trying to say. But I rewatched Pulp Fiction, I rewatched Reservoir Dogs, and they're brilliant. Wow. I think it was just a little ahead of his time. And that's, yeah, it was just a little ahead of his time. So there's that. The Grind. infernaldreams.net/The Grind. I'll put the link in the little comment box in the bottom. I don't know. What else do I want to say? Wasn't there a movie coming out yesterday? Yeah. Rather important vampire movie? I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't go to the movies. I had a rather important book release due at Joseph Beck here in Lexington, Kentucky, for a certain local author named Stephen Zimmer, releasing his book, The Seventh Throne. It was a very good turnout. Congratulations, Stephen. I got to talk to the ever wonderful, it's not the word I'm looking for, I got to speak to Ken Daniels, who is the promoter for Fright Night Film Fest. As you know, Fright Night Film Fest has a special place in my heart, in my husband's heart. In 2007, it was the first convention we ever went to, and in 2010, I got to meet Chris Sarandon. It was just one of my absolute favorite actors of all time. And how I kept myself from humping his leg constantly, I just don't know. But I got to meet Mr. Sarandon. I got to speak to him quite a few times. I said something to him. He didn't hear me. And he said, "Pardon?" Very politely, "Pardon?" and put his ear right next to my lips. And I repeated myself, and how I kept from going, I just don't know. But I did, and I think I deserve a hell of a lot of credit for that. And so, yeah, I didn't see the movies. I don't know what exactly came out. Those remakes or something? I don't know. There was a little vampire movie that Fangoria panned that thought it wasn't as clever as the original and kind of cheapened itself with CGI special effects. I don't know. Could that be the one? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, check out my new page with infernaldreams.net, The Grind. So, yeah, that's all.